In 1860, 1 year after the discovery of the Comstock lode, the place that would become Virginia City was nothing more than a few scattered shacks. Within 10 years, the population would explode to more than 7,000. At its height in 1880, 11,000 people called Virginia City home. Virginia City offered everything that big cities in the East did. There were places of worship, along with shops, hotels, and saloons.
It's not polite to point.
The impressive Fourth Ward School, built in 1876, stands as a testament to the value the citizenry placed on education. By 1930, the boom years of Virginia City were a distant memory, and the glorious city became a shadow of its former self. Today, the town depends mostly on tourism, and it draws about 2 million visitors each year looking to step back in time. But I've found that the best place to do that is a quiet spot just north of town. Our destination is Silver Terrace Cemeteries. The cemetery is a short walk down this dirt path, and according to an 1875 map, there were three cemeteries on this hillside. The upper was the Masonic, and you will find many compass and square symbols on the stones there. The middle was the Oddfellows Cemetery, another fraternal order similar to the Masons, and the lower, in what is now referred to as the Exempt Firemen's Cemetery, was then known simply as the City Cemetery. And down there in that gully, you can see some of the tailings from the mills that used to service the mines here, and they would stamp out precious metal from the ore that they pulled out of the ground. I know how much you must love the sound of my voice, but I'm going to let my camera do most of the talking. I'll jump in now and then and share a few tidbits of information, but until then, enjoy the views of this amazing old cemetery.
Markers crumbling away.
The epitaph on the grave of John Scholler reads, "In perfect health I left my home, not thinking that my race was run, but as flowers grow, so they decay, and sudden death snatched me away."
Why do you think there are chains around this grave? The tombstone is for a baby nearly 7 years old. One of the volunteer firefighters. Sergeant J.J. Flaherty. Here's the grave of W.C. Jones. Somebody left.
Here in the lower cemetery, you will find veterans' graves from the Civil War on up to the Vietnam War.
A veteran of Vietnam was buried out here. I saw a similar motif on tombstone in the Pioneer Cemetery down in Carson. It's probably a ready-made tombstone. All I had to do was add the name. James McElwain, native of Canada. This looks like it's caved in. And someone has stolen the tops of these.
Here is the gate to the Upper or Freemason Cemetery, and one thing you'll notice is that many of the graves are very opulent, using lots of marble and wrought iron.
See, this one is caving in.
This plain stone reads, "Beloved in life, lamented in death." There is no name carved in the stone, so it was most likely never used. Whether it now marks the spot of a forgotten grave is not known.
One thing you notice when you come out here, there are a lot of Freemason references.
There are several ghost stories associated with Silver Terrace Cemetery. One is about a woman and a small child that rise out of the ground and walk along the paths. Their footsteps make no sound in the gravel. Another tells of a young girl who stares sadly down at one of the graves. Is the grave her own or of a lost love? Supposedly there is a tombstone out here that shines brilliantly when seen from a distance, only to fade away when approached, making it impossible to distinguish from the others. And another story tells of a tombstone that changes locations by itself. Is there any truth to these stories? Perhaps it is best to follow the advice of the epitaph of one Mary Jane Simpson who died in the fire of 1875. It reads, "Within she was just a mule, but she was nobody's fool. Stranger, tread lightly. Tread lightly indeed."
This tombstone is broken in half, and they just set the top part on the bottom. Gone but not forgotten.
And the gravestone of Edwin Champion, who departed this life February 22nd, 1873, aged 21 years, has the following lament. "Yesterday I was in the bloom of health. Today I am numbered with the dead. Alas, I am laid here at my length in death's cold icy bed. Nearer to thee, my God, nearer to thee." Up ahead you see the tallest tombstone in the cemetery. It marks the grave of Edward Ferris Story, an early Nevada settler who died at Pyramid Lake on June 2, 1860. a casualty of the Paiute War. Story County, where Virginia City is located, was named in his honor the following year.
In some ways, I think this is one of the best parts of Virginia City. It's quiet, it's peaceful. I think you're more in touch with the history here. I mean, the town is great. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't tell anybody not to come. But I really am glad I came out back today. I wasn't planning on it, but I did have some extra time, and I've spent more time here today than I thought I would. But I guess it's time to go see other things. So on we go.
Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe to my channel for more grave explorations.